Welcome to my channel Adhyan with Flow. Now let's study about cell membrane. Guys, plant cell, either it may be plant cell, it may be animal cell, it may be prokaryotic cell, it may be eukaryotic cell, unicellular cell, multicellular cell, all kind of living thing contain what? Cell membrane. I call it as a PM, plasma membrane. Okay, after 1950, we fully know about what is cell membrane. What is cell membrane? I am writing here some properties. So cell membrane made up with lipid bilayer. Okay, this is the cell membrane, and they are made up with what? They are made up with what? Lipid bilayer. This is the outer layer and this is the inner layer. This is the space between outer and inner layer. I am drawing here. This is the outer layer and this is the inner layer. How they arrange? How they arrange, guys? How they arrange? Now you understand? This is the outer and this is the inner. Okay, now I'm deeply going to describe. The orientation is like this. This is fully outer layer, this is completely inner layer. What are these cartoon? No guys, this is what? This is what? This is the head part of phospholipid bilayer. This is the tail part of phospholipid bilayer. Here they are hydrophilic, they are hydrophobic. What you understand by hydrophilic? Look at here guys, very good. Look at here guys, look at here, I'm zooming one. Head part and this is the tail part. Head part and this is the tail part. Clear guys? Now you clear or not? This head part is made up with phosphate group. This tail part made up with fatty acid, and they both made phospholipid bilayer. So head part is hydrophilic, they can dissolve in water, but this tail part is not hydrophilic, they are hydrophobic, they are afraid from water, they are afraid from the water. This thing is clear? This point is clear or not? This point is clear or not? First point is the cell membrane is made up with lipid bilayer. This point is clear or not? This point is clear or not? I am writing another point. Contain head group which are hydrophilic in nature, dissolve in water, and two fatty acid chain, and these are hydrophobic, they can't dissolve. This is the head part and this is the two fatty acid chain. This two property is clear or not? Now next, what is this? There are some protein at their boundary side, and there are some protein which are embedded in plasma membrane, guys. I repeat you again that some protein attach with their periphery part and some proteins are embedded in plasma membrane. So next property is, what is the next property? PM contain peripheral protein and integral protein. Peripheral means they attach on the boundary of inside outside boundary of the plasma membrane, cell membrane, and integral means they are embedded in plasma membrane. Now this thing is clear, this property is clear. Now better look, somewhere in plasma membrane here is cholesterol is deposit. This is the good cholesterol, guys, this is the cholesterol. So plasma membrane also made up with cholesterol molecule. What is the use of cholesterol? Helpful in fluidity of PM. You can say cell membrane. If cholesterol is high, then fluidity is less. Why guys? This is the cell membrane. If multiple cholesterol is here, deposit here, multiple cholesterol deposit here, this is good, okay? Multiple cholesterol deposit here, then no one can pass them, no molecule can pass easily. If cholesterol is low, then what happens? This is the plasma membrane. If cholesterol is low, then anyone can pass. If cholesterol low, then fluidity high. This is important. NEET, IIT, AIMS. Important guys. Question will arise. What kind of condition when cholesterol is high in amount? In summertime. So why the deposit? So because of summer the temperature is high, so our membrane easily can melt, so they protect our plasma membrane. Cholesterol low, which time? Winter, because due to high winter temperature is very low, so our plasma membrane become shrink, so they deposit here in less in number, so then easily molecule will transport. If they become rigid and shrink, then no one can pass them. That's why winter time cholesterol level is decreased, and summer time those animals who lived in summer desert, they have high cholesterol amount. Those animals who have live in colder region, polar region, they contain less cholesterol. This is the NEET level, IIT level, AIMS level question, guys. Don't underestimate. All right, don't underestimate this thing. Okay, here is cholesterol. Okay, everything I clear. Okay, now we can call it as they are semi-permeable. Where I write? Where is the space, guys? Where? Okay, I'm writing here. Plasma membrane is semi-permeable in nature. What you understand by semi-permeable? This is the plasma membrane, guys. This is the plasma membrane. Yeah, we know that this is the plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane. Now what happened? This is made up with lipid. They are made up with lipid. Tell me, guys, if lipid molecules want to come, if lipid molecule wants to cross the membrane, they can cross. Yes, guys, they can easily cross because they are made up with lipid. So lipid molecule, hydrophobic molecule can cross PM easily, because if molecule is lipid, if molecule made up with lipid, because our plasma membrane also made up with lipid, so they can cross easily because PM is also made up with lipid bilayer. But if some ions want to cross them, if some ions and large size compound want to cross them, no, they can't cross easily. That's why we call it as a semi permeable. There are some model given by Singer and Nicholson. The model name is fluid mosaic model. Okay, now deeply understand my word. I'm going to teach you transport. I'm going to teach you transport. Transport means exchanges of molecules, compounds, ions. Some transport is passive, some transport is active. Passive transport does not require ATP. They can diffuse easily, but they require ATP and they can't diffuse easily. Why they can diffuse easily? Those molecule which are made up with lipid thing, then they can cross easily PM. But those molecule, they are large in size and ionic, they can't cross plasma membrane. For these molecule, they also want to cross the plasma membrane na. This is not enough na. Always our side will take lipid. No, sometimes they need amino acid, glucose, some large size molecule, and some ion also, like sodium ion, potassium ion, for balancing. What they do? Then plasma membrane, what they do? This is the plasma membrane, and they arrange some kind of transporter molecule. We call it as a carrier. Some transporter molecule, we call it as a pump. Some transporter molecule, we call it as a channel. What they do? All are do same thing. What they do? Exchange of large size molecule, exchange of ions, exchange of large size molecule, exchange of molecules and ions. What exchange? They either exchange molecules, either exchange compound large size, either exchange ions. Outside to inside, inside to outside, outside to inside, inside to outside, outside to inside, inside to outside. They are embedded in plasma membrane. And they all are made up with protein. So in previously we already discussed now there are some integral protein. In future the integral protein made what? Carrier, pump, channels. Pump always require ATP, and they do sometimes free of cost and sometimes they take money like ATP. What is now osmosis? I clear all the things, passive transport as well as active transport. The example of the active transport is pump, sodium potassium pump. Also example of channel, also example is carrier. What is osmosis, guys? Movement of water. Look at here. This is the container filled with solution. They are rich in water and they contain less solute. And that time I put another cell, and this cell reach in solute molecule, but they contain less water. This solution contain high water and solute level is low, and this cell contain H2O less and solute is high. What happened? Water flow. Now water flow their high concentration to low concentration. Water flow to their high concentration to low concentration. Water flow to their high concentration to low concentration. Water flow to their high concentration to low concentration, because the solution contain high amount of water compared than this cell. So according to osmosis, movement of water by diffusion is called it as a osmosis. So water will move to their high concentration to low concentration. This mechanism also osmosis. In this mechanism, this is the plasma membrane. So if there are huge what molecule outside, there are huge molecule inside, so they can pass easily. But if some molecules, like this is the plasma membrane, and here is less number of sodium and here is large number of sodium, but they don't want to stay here, so they want to go outside. But this is not impossible according to osmosis. This sodium ion can't go according to their osmosis, because osmosis rule is, diffusion rule is, then water molecule, compound, any kind of thing, they diffuse to their high concentration to low concentration. But this sodium is already in low concentration inside the cell. They want to move outside the cell. How they will move? They move with the help of pump. They will move with the help of carrier. They will move with the help of channel. Clear, guys? So this is the another property of active transport. Here is the flow is always high concentration to low concentration. Not always. No, this is not a correct word. Active transport, what they do? They transport molecules ion to their low concentration to their high concentration. Clear, guys? Now in plant cell contain cell wall, guys. Animal cell does not contain cell wall. Only plant cell contain cell wall, guys. And cell wall is non-living, dead, rigid, tough, tightly attached covering of plasma membrane. Means this is what? This is cell wall, and this is what? Sorry, this is the plasma membrane, and this is the what? This is the cell wall, guys. Clear? And this cell wall is made up with what? Multiple things. They provide strength, rigidity, solidity, defense, protect the PM. Okay, so cell wall protect PM. This is the cell wall. They made up with what? They made up with multiple things. Made up with cellulose, first, remember, galactans, second, mannose, third, some minerals like they deposit here, some minerals are also deposit, we call it as a calcium carbonate, fourth, fifth. Except this cellulose, okay, this is complete, hemicellulose, sixth, fifth, sixth, pectin, seventh, cellulose, hemicellulopectin, also lignin, eighth, lignina, and some proteins. The cell wall of young plant cell, the plasma wall is capable for growth. In newly baby plant, the primary wall is responsible for growth. According to their adultness, they become rigid. Gradually they dismiss the cell maturation. They convert into mature cell and they become rigid. The middle lamella is layer mainly composed with calcium peptide. This is important. I think this question also arises. Which hold the glues different neighboring cell together? Means middle lamella. This is middle lamella. They connect multiple cell together. Clear, guys? Middle lamella connect one cell to another cell, another cell to another cell, another cell to another, another to another. They also contain plasmodesmata, guys. What is plasmodesmata? Gap between two cells. This is not compulsory that they have only one desmata. They can have multiple desmata. With the help of desmata, they can exchange their minerals, their ions, their water, their food. Okay, they can transport easily because cell wall is rigid, na, guys. Cell wall is rigid. Nothing can pass outside, and no one can inside. No one can go inside. No one can go outside. No one can inside. No one can inside. No one can go outside. So they connected with other cell with the help of plasmodesmata. This is the plasmodesmata. Okay, in our next video, we will discuss about endomembrane system, ER and Golgi. Okay, guys? So let's meet in our next video. So thank you. Thanks a lot. And keep supporting me, guys. Let's meet in our next video. Thank you. And subscribe, guys. Subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thanks a lot.